It's an exciting day. It's a very exciting day as it is Friday, the closure, the last trading day for CME for this quarter, that being the third quarter of 2023 as we head into October, a, statistically speaking, more favorable month to the boo laws. And a few things are starting to really rear their heads as we do carry on with this very long-term thread of analysis. Been very slow, definitely admittedly, over the past month and a half now, as it's slowly but surely looking like it is coming to fruition here. So ultimately, I want to be coming at that from a more higher time frame view. Elsa's head is in the background, so all good. She's going to be... She doesn't want that right now. Anyways, speaking of heads, I would like to welcome you back to the Krown Crypto channel. It's a nice little Friday morning over here, and we can just jump right into this one. So first things first, let me bring you over here to the chart view. And I want to start this analysis off with probably the thing that I'm like least inclined by. But for whatever reason, this is what typically gets the most engagement on good old social media. You'll notice this if you pay attention, especially on Twitter. People talk a lot about patterns when it comes to trading. In my opinion, in my experience, patterns, they can be okay. Always boils down to trend. And generally speaking, most patterns in my experience are not worthwhile for trading. Anyways, in this case, we do see that there is an inverted herp and derp going on right here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, as you can see. Right shoulder actually conveniently right at the 200 simple on CME here, which is a, generally speaking, a good sign. And we do see kind of this slanted neckline, which is fine in this case. Technically speaking, hasn't broken out just yet. We want to see either one of two things. If this one is indeed going to be confirmed, we need to see either a higher high above what we did see on the 18th of September high, which is 27,620. Current high of this one over here was about 70 bucks less than that one. Very, very close, but no cigar. Or just closure above, basically like 27,300 would probably do it as well. In that case, technically speaking, there is an implied move to be made from that, and that would be bringing Bitcoin back up just shy of 30,000 bucks, somewhere around here at about 29,750 or so, in alignment with these rejective highs that we did see, or sorry, just these rejections that we did see in early August, basically. So, is that good? Patterns, whatever, doesn't matter. But there are, in my opinion, a lot more interesting things to be looking at, which we'll get into right now. So first things first, we'll start it off with a 3-day time frame. 3-day time frame is starting to print hidden bullish divergence, or at least giving the potential for phantom hidden bullish divergence right here between this point, and this point. So that'd be 3 drives. Again, will be confirmed with any sort of a closure here or higher in the next 3 days, as this one did just close last night, I do believe, or the day before actually. And again, that would likely play hand in hand with that herp and derp that we just looked at on the 2-day time frame. Also, in conjunction with that, we do see that the 5-day time frame is going to have the same sort of thing going on right here. Same drive of hidden bullish divergence actually coming off of this low. Again, just taking its time, which is fine, but really need to see again that closure in this case above this region right here for that one to really get going. What is a lot more interesting about this, however, is that volatility on the 5-day time frame is starting to actually take up here for the first time in a long time. I mean, the last time that we see volatility really take up was in the beginning of 2023, and it should be denoted that that we've really never seen a period of low volatility like this ever in CME's history, and Bitcoin's history, spot Bitcoin, yeah, absolutely. Maybe this area over here from March and April of 2020 is comparable. Even that was slightly higher volatility, but as you can see, Bitcoin was essentially coming off the Rona dump over here and trading sideways into that upside major massive bull market that emerged for the following couple of years. Also on top of that, we do see that the 5-day jewel is starting to turn that white color. Obviously, need to see that one turn the light blue cyan color for it to actually initiate a setup. But in this case, it is one thing before the next. And in this case, this would be the first best thing that could be happening the soonest, I suppose. Already supported by DMI, so is good in the background there as well. And well, I suspect that again, closures above this region right here, and very likely Bitcoin sees close to 30,000, maybe, perhaps more, as we'll go over later, or maybe on another video, actually. Yeah, probably on another video. Anyway, so we've gone through that. Let's go over here now. I do want to show you the weekly for stochastic on CME. A few things of interest here. First and foremost is that today is the closure for the weekly. It's not Sunday, it's Friday, obviously, as CME does trade on, traditional markets, basically. Damn, cough, keep on killing me with that one. But the current pivot is 26,200. Bitcoin trading almost $1,000 on CME above that pivot as of this moment, with 15 hours, 59 minutes, and 43 seconds left to go, and counting on this one. So that is, dare I say, interesting. And also, what is even more interesting is that the weekly volatility for CME, kind of similar to the 5-day extreme lows over here. Yeah, it's not necessarily expanding just yet, but I do want to kind of highlight the few times that we've seen volatility this low, because it has led into some pretty phenomenal moves. The most recent ones were this move over here in May of 2022 to the downside. That was a 54%, almost 54.5% move to the downside over 56 days. Okay, interesting. Keep those numbers in mind. What about this one over here, the more recent one that we did see in December of 2022, which was, again, another 58.25% move to the upside over 64 days on that first major high right here. Yes, there was continuation afterwards. Yes, that's great. But on that first major move over the course of about 2 months, yeah, kind of very, very similar to this one over here. Then the other two times that we've seen something, I guess something somewhat similar was, but although, again, not necessarily fully comparable. I mean, I'm talking about this point right here compared to these over here. It's not of the same nature, to be fair. But still something relatively similar here, I guess, at least on this one, about a over 59% move over 56 days. Numbers keep on popping up around there. And then this one over here, about a 40% move over the course of about 35 days, something like that. So, it could be deduced that this particular one over here that Bitcoin's been working on is not just the lowest, but it's been the lowest for longest. So it would imply that it's probably going to overshadow all of the prior ones that we have seen. And, these have at least seen about 40% move at least in the past, and as much as, close to 60%. So theoretically, it would imply that there's a high probability that we will see something that's probably more than 60% move over the course of the next 2, maybe 3 months, which would look pretty damn cool, I guess, for the boo laws in this case. Let me just see where that might be pointed towards. 50% puts Bitcoin back around like 38,000, which is kind of the same breakdown period that we did see from May of 2022. Anyways, again, that is coming in within the context of potentially seeing stochastic oscillate across the upside today. So if assuming that Bitcoin just doesn't really shit the bed before the end of the day, hey, looking pretty good right there for October, which again, October, statistically speaking, the most nice month to Bitcoin throughout its history. Anyways, moving on here, I do want to get into the 4-hour HPDR range indicator. Just following up on this one, same range highs, but you can see that Bitcoin's closed above it now on the 4-hour time frame. So would I look at that as an early indication that Bitcoin's probably breaking out? Yeah, I would. I haven't really checked out stochastic momentum on the lower term time frames, but let's just go see what's up. What's up? What's up, momentum? What's up, mom? Daily time frame going to be showing upside above 26,850 right here. Again, into the bullish control zone, not bad. 12-hour time frame going to be showing actually fresh upside, even playing out this trend line regression here, as you can see, above 26,200. Currently trading again almost $1,000 above that pivot. 6-hour time frame up above 26,800. 4-hour time frame up above 27, and hourly is down below 27,400. So, short term, a little bit of sideways, but perhaps this Friday does end a little bit stronger. Also, do I want to go over this on this video or next? Yeah, we'll save it for next video. But it does seem like the September witching stats have played out nearly to the T, which is not necessarily exactly like how it's supposed to happen. I mean, it's not supposed to always hit the average, obviously. Like, there's variance, but it is interesting that this month thus far is pretty much right on the average of what we do expect for an upside move. Interesting. Anyways, yes, so I'll end this one on Dixie over here. Dixie, phenomenal run. As we did witness, 107 target has been breached and looks like a pretty big rejection thus far. It does look like it has found at least medium-term high. I suspect that while there isn't any bearish divergence on the daily, it should come down somewhere around the 21 here. This was a pretty exaggerated move. Again, we did witness about 11 weeks, I think, or 10 or 11 weeks straight to the upside, which we have gone over in the past as relevant for, continuation of long-term, actually. So long-term, probably still bullish, but in the short term, a correction on the weekly, which is kind of like like medium term for it daily. So I do expect this one to come sideways and down here. Might help out of the markets. Hasn't really been playing much in the ways of Bitcoin, to be fair, but traditional market's probably ready for a bounce. In fact, I believe that's what we were looking at the other day. And yeah, I'd be saying the same thing here. Looking at NASDAQ, probably going to bounce up north of 15,000 again. Maybe that's even a low. I mean, that looks pretty good to me. SPY, same shit. Actually, almost even got, I was looking for 4250 to 4220 region. Didn't quite get there, but close enough is close enough in this case. Yeah. I suspect that this is bouncy bounce time and maybe even a major low, as it does hit some pretty critical regions. So you know what? I am going to, I'm going to hold it off right there. We'll come back at it tomorrow. I want to be looking at some more statistics tomorrow, I believe. We got end of quarter coming up tomorrow as well. So that's a good day for that. And then we'll look at October soon enough again too. So with that said, I want to be wishing you the best as always. Take care, much love, and see you hopefully in October.